Right now, nearly 1 million pensioner households are leaving £3,600 on the table every single year. And hundreds of thousands of carers are walking past money that's sitting there waiting for them. This isn't about people being lazy or stupid. It's about a system that's so confusing, even people who desperately need the help think they don't qualify. Hit that like button, subscribe for more benefits advice, and drop a comment telling us if you've been missing out on benefits you didn't know about. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why so many people are missing these vital payments and how to avoid making the same mistake. We're going to show you 4 critical reasons people miss out on pension credit and carer's allowance, and what you can do about it right now. And these aren't just numbers on a government spreadsheet. We're talking about pensioners choosing between heating and eating, and carers burning out with zero financial support. Plus, at the end, there's a game-changing insight about these benefits that could unlock thousands in additional support you didn't even know existed. The first reason people miss out on pension credit is the most common one. They genuinely believe they're not eligible. Someone will say they've got a small private pension or a bit of savings, and they'll convince themselves the benefit isn't for them. Here's what actually happens, though. Up to 950,000 pensioner households are entitled to pension credit, but aren't claiming it. That's nearly 4 out of every 10 people who should be getting this support. The government data shows only 62% of those entitled actually receive it. The average amount people are missing is around £3,600 per year. Some estimates put the total unclaimed amount at £2.5 billion annually. Think about that for a second. Billions of pounds sitting there, meant for pensioners struggling with costs, going completely unclaimed. Now here's the thing most people get wrong about savings. Pension credit has no upper capital limit. You can have savings and still qualify. What matters is your weekly income, not your total savings. If you're single and your income is below £218.15 per week, you could qualify. For couples, that threshold is £332.95. Even owning your home doesn't automatically disqualify you. The means test looks at income, not assets like your house. The second problem is carer's allowance, and it's just as bad. Between 400,000 and 500,000 carers are eligible but not claiming. That's around £2.4 billion of support going unclaimed every year. Research shows that only 1 in 5 carers who'd reduced or stopped work were actually receiving the allowance. Nearly half knew about it but didn't claim, and almost 1 in 3 had either never heard of it or weren't sure what it was. Here's why carers miss out. Now, the biggest reason is they don't think of themselves as carers. When you're looking after your mum or your disabled child, you're just helping family. The word carer feels official, like something only professionals do. Then there's the earnings confusion. You can't earn more than £196 per week after tax and national insurance. That's a really tight limit, and many people assume they earn too much without actually checking. Here's another trap, though. The person you care for must already be receiving a qualifying disability benefit. Things like personal independence payment, disability living allowance, or attendance allowance. If they're not claiming their benefit, you can't claim yours. It's a double whammy of unclaimed support. And finally, people worry it'll mess up their other benefits or the benefits of the person they care for. Sometimes it does affect things like severe disability premium, but often it increases your overall support through things like pension credit additions. Like the complexity scares people off completely. The third major issue is what these benefits actually unlock. Both pension credit and carer's allowance are gateway benefits, and that means claiming them opens doors to loads of other support you'd otherwise miss. With pension credit, you could get help with council tax, possibly paying nothing at all. You'd get free NHS dental treatment, help with glasses, and transport costs to hospital appointments. And if you're over 75, you qualify for a free TV licence. You're eligible for cold weather payments during freezing spells. The Warm Home discount can help with energy bills, and in winter 2024 to 2025, pension credit was the gateway to winter fuel payments worth £200 to £300. For carer's allowance, even if you don't receive a payment because of overlapping benefits, you still get national insurance credits. Those credits protect your future state pension, which matters massively when you retire. You might get a carer edition worth up to £46.40 per week on top of pension credit. If you're claiming universal credit, there's a carer element that adds to your payment. You could get extra support with council tax reductions. Missing the main benefit means missing all of these extras. That's how a £3,000 benefit suddenly becomes worth £5,000 or £6,000 when you add everything together. Now here's the fourth thing stopping people. The application process feels overwhelming. For pension credit, many people think the forms are too complicated or too long. Research shows this is a significant barrier, especially for people already stressed about money. They worry they'll get it wrong or that someone will dig into their finances and find problems. With carer's allowance, the complexity of proving eligibility puts people off. You need the other person's benefit details, you need to track your caring hours, you need your earnings information. If any piece is missing, people just give up. There's also stigma, even though both governments and charities try to reduce it. Some older people still feel benefits aren't for people like them. They think claiming means admitting failure or becoming a burden. Younger carers sometimes don't realise the support exists at all, especially if they've never dealt with the benefit system before. Here's what happens when people finally claim, though. Pensioners who've been struggling suddenly have £3,000 to £4,000 extra per year. That's over £300 per month. It means heating on in winter, proper meals, not rationing medication. For carers, £83.30 per week adds up to £4,331.60 per year. When you're caring for someone 35 hours a week on top of everything else, that money is life-changing. People report less stress, better health, and feeling like their caring role is actually valued. The difference between claiming and not claiming can literally be the difference between coping and not coping. Now here's that game-changing insight I promised you. These benefits are designed to be claimed, but the system relies on you knowing about them. The government doesn't automatically enroll you, even when they know you're eligible. That means if you're sitting there thinking, maybe I should check, you absolutely should. Even if you think your income is slightly too high or your situation is complicated, check anyway. The thresholds and rules are more flexible than most people realise, especially if you have housing costs, caring responsibilities, or disabilities. One phone call could unlock thousands of pounds and transform your financial situation. So here's what to do right now. For pension credit, call 0899 1234. The line's open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tell them you want to check your eligibility and make a claim. Ask them to backdate it as far as possible, which can be up to 3 months. For carer's allowance, go to gov.uk and search for carer's allowance. You can apply online or call 0873 10297 for help. Make sure the person you care for is already claiming their disability benefit first, and if they're not, help them claim that too. Like this video, if you're going to check your eligibility, subscribe for more benefits breakdowns and comment which one you'll apply for first. We'll be covering more unclaimed benefits next time, so don't miss it.